Yo mad dogs, we are back with another video. I'm not using my stabilizer today. I'm going to show you guys how to do front and rear bearings on the Ford Figo. Here's my version of replacing front and rear bearings on a Ford Figo, and then I'm also doing front tie rod ends, outer tie rod ends. The car's already in the garage, so let's get working. Hey guys, after you got the wheel off, and take off the brake caliper brackets that's on the hub. That is a 13 socket. There's 2 of those bolts, and then we'll move to the ball joint, and then to the outer tie rod end, and then the bolt that holds in the suspension.
Feel like a wedge plakkie, maar hy gaan vasdruk. Daar vasdruk. Right. 2 ticks in 'n bufflaf. Hierdie sensor moet uit 8 socket. En as jy daai sensor gaan seer maak, dan sit jy nou weer met ander
die wheel speed sensor.
Ja. So maak jy net hier los. En so hom ook moet uittrek. So. Want jy gaan dit daar slaan met die hamer.
Oh ja.
En dan as jy hom net raak slaan,
Dan heilig.
dan hy.
Gaan nie vannachtste wees dat hierdie Ford nog ooit was.
Okay.
Hoe lyk hy bolt?
Au. My vinger.
Howdy. Now we must just assemble the press. Yes?
Ja. Jy moet op regte wyse slaan jy vir hom uit hierso. Don't do that, you know.
Yeah, just don't aim for the Ford.
Die bearing kap gaan jy chisel vat aan die agterkant.
Ja.
Klits jy hom net daar. Sit hom op die wys op die bak.
Okay. Eén. Wat the heck? Kon mense my uitgepres het.
Hy gaan nie meer uitslide, verstaan jy?
Wow.
Want daar's niks wat hom vashou aan die agterkant nie. So now you need to be equally, papa.
Equally yoked.
Ja, because jy is nou skeef. Boom, boom.
Guys, so I'm on my way to go exchange some parts, but there's a sick Nardo grey. I think it's, I don't know what BMW's color is called. M2 in front of me with a nice duckbill spoiler, but I'll update you guys as soon as I have the correct parts. I'm busy on my way, and there's another Ford Figo brother. He's got some gold wheels on the champagne color Ford. Hopefully he watches the videos. Let's see if we can get him to comment. BBS, gold wheels from Free State. Okay, I just got back with the right parts, the right size front bearings. I'm going to press it in now and then start reassembling the front so I can get to the rear. Tina's went through everything very fast. I would put down the sizes of the sockets and stuff that's required to do the assembly, and I will also, as I'm reassembling everything, just give you guys a heads up on what I use. Okay guys, here goes my first attempt at pressing in a bearing. Wish me luck. If I do this video again short, you know why. There we go, it seems to be in position. Okay guys, I got the first bearing pressed in, nice and flush, and now it's just to reassemble everything and letting the hub slide back through. So one crucial thing when you are installing the new bearings, let me just get a bit of lighting, you want to make sure that the ring with the like rubber side is on the inside of the bearing, because that is where the magnetic pole is for your wheel speed sensor. So just make sure when you're putting the bearings that you put it that way around. I had to go buy new bearings because I put it in the wrong way the first time, but luckily I didn't buy because I bought other bearings and they sent me the wrong size. So I replaced those now. Now I'm putting everything back. But yeah, just make sure that you put out that rubber ring on the inside of the hub. You'll see there's a little groove where the sensor pops through. Okay guys, so the car's turned around. As you see, the first side was a bit of a mess. I had to figure out what to do. So I'm going to do the other side now, the right hand side of the car. I'm going to replace the front bearing and the rear bearing, and I'm going to show you how to do it the easy way, because I struggled the first time around. So let's go. First step is we need to jack up the car and then loosen the wheels. And because the Ford, for those of you who know, because the Ford has a short wheelbase, you only need one jack stand, and it lifts up both. It lifts up both front and back wheels. So let's get that done. Always remember, put your jack stand. Okay guys, we're going to start with the backside first. Get yourself a flat screwdriver and a hammer. You do get a replacement cap with the new bearing, so you just want to take off this cap to get to the bearing. Like that. And then you get yourself an air tool with a 19 socket, and we'll loosen this nut that holds in the hub. Very important step is to make sure your handbrake is down, and then this should be nice and loose. You can try to wiggle it off, or if you do struggle, grab two spanners, flat spanners, and then wedge it in the dust cover.
2 hours later.
The pads on the back will tend to catch a little bit, so it's just about wiggling it off. There you go. And then we move on to the next step. Next, you want to get yourself a hammer and a screwdriver. You just need gently try and knock this cap off. Just like that. Then you get yourself some circular pliers and pinch that baby together once you can get a hold of it.
Many hours later.
Finally, after the 60 millionth time, you get that circlip out. And then you head over to the press. You give yourself a socket of the appropriate size. This is a 32. And then you start jacking to get out the old bearing. She shoots and then she'll blow. Yeah, my dogs. And then you just keep pumping it till the bearing drops out on the bottom. One more. There we go. Loosen up your press. And then we are ready to put in the new one. Let's see, I'll just clean up here just so it looks a bit better, and then we can get the new one installed. So I just bought these bearings at Goldwagen. They stock everything, and then it comes with all the new things required for your bearing. Take that, get out our new bearing, and then we'll get to pressing this one in. I put the rubber side facing the outward of the wheel so that the steel side is towards the inner side of the car. Get your main plate, and you just start jacking again. Obviously you want to make sure this is centered so it goes in straight. You loosen up the jack again. I am using the old bearing and a piece of flat bar to just press in the bearing a little bit more to make some space for me to be able to push in with the socket. I actually forgot, you do not need the extra socket because it is already with this old bearing seated in. Let me just take it in. With using the old bearing, it seats it in properly in position right up against that inner lip there, and then we can start putting back the C-clip, the circlip, whatever you call it. I just clean up here a little bit because of the brake dust that's in there. Put on the C-clip, and then we put on that little cover, and then we put it back. So you grab your packet, tear it open nicely. No, I'm just joking. Use some teeth. So we are going to be using this little cap and one of these C-clips. The Ford, my model, doesn't use this backing. And then we have our new dome and our new nut. Let's put in the C-clip. It can shoot like that as well. Done. And then your cap. Use a small hammer again to just tap it in. And we can put it back. Okay, then you slide it back in there. Your brake shoes might be in the way. We'll see, we'll wiggle it. There we go. Make sure it does the little click. You're gonna grab your new nut. And then use your impact to fasten it again. And then put on your cap. You put your new cap there, and get yourself a 46mm socket, and then tap the new cap in place, and then we can put the wheel back. And you take your 19 and tighten that wheel back up. I always cross tie my nuts just to make sure that the wheel pulls on straight. Then you can move on to the front. Started with the front side. So at the back you'll see there are 2 bolts there. We can use a 13, let me just make sure, a 13 socket to take off those, to take off the brake caliper. But before you do that, you want to just push back the brake pads so that when you put the brake caliper back on, you don't have issues trying to fit the brake again over the disc. So let's take that off. Take yourself a long screwdriver. Yeah. Okay, should be loose enough. Now take your 13 and take off the caliper brackets. After you've taken off caliper, you can take off your rotor. Slides off. Then we'll take off the tie rod, outer tie rod. Okay guys, next you want to take out your ball joint. That is a 15mm socket and a T45 hex, which will go in there. And then after that we'll take off this 10mm bolt for the speed sensor that's on the bearing, and then after that we can take off our main nut and also the bolt that holds in the shock strut. Now you get ready to take off the makulu. This is a 32mm socket on the air gun. And then you want to take a hammer and just tap firstly a ball joint out. We're tapping that ball joint with the hammer because we're taking it out anyway. And then tap gently on your lower wishbone, and then we can tap on the CV. Then we have to get the ball joint out of the socket, and we use long extension just like that, and then the CV will pop. That CV sounds a bit hollow and empty, and I see my CV boot is torn. Now take a big hammer and knock to get the strut out. Out is your hub. Now we can take out the bearings and get to replacing it with the new ones. New bearing is in. Now it's just to repeat or reverse the process. Okay, now we can loosen, tie rod in. Okay guys, all 4 wheel bearings are done and replaced. While the car is up in the air, I'm not going to bore you guys with it. I'll put it on quick time lapse, but I'm just going to do a service again, change the spark plugs, change the oil filter, and then the fuel filter. I haven't changed it. I didn't change it the last service, so I'll change the fuel filter now. And then the air filter I need to take out and clean. I do have a replacement, so I think I'll do that today quickly, just to make sure that it's done, that it's out of the way, and then I can put the K&N filter back in. But I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse for the service. But thank you for watching, and thank you for staying tuned. Hope you learned something today about how to replace bearings. Rear ones are obviously a lot faster, and it does help when you have a press. So I'm not even going to lower the car. I'm just going to start with the oil change. Okay guys, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me with the rain, but I recently had a guy ask me how much oil does the petrol Ford Figo take. It takes 3.75 liters including the oil filter, or 0.8 gallons. So when next time you're servicing your car, just know 3.75 liters should be enough. Guys, so that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope that you found this helpful and useful. Like I said, we do these things so we can try and fix the cars ourselves without paying through the roof. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for always supporting. Stay tuned because I've got some new merch that I have designed. It's on a hoodie for now, but I might do shirts in the next video. I'll just showcase it a little bit. It was featured in the King of the Quarter Mile video. So if you spotted the hoodie, let me know if it's something that you'd like. But thanks for supporting. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Memphis, man.